Ah, L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Ooh, Gucci Pour Homme too. Yeah, L'Homme Ultime. I'm a layering king. Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. It is spring, and today it's time to talk about my top 10 spring designer fragrances for 2023, the ones that I'm looking forward to wearing the most. Now, of course, these guys, L'Homme Ideal Cologne, Gucci Pour Homme 2, L'Homme Ultime, some of my all-time favorites. And I'll tell you, if they weren't discontinued and almost impossible to find, they'd be in this list, and they quite possibly would be at the tippy top. But instead, I'm just wearing all three of them at the same time. It smells pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about these fragrances that I'm excited to wear since it's finally heating up. Let's jump into it. Top 10 Spring for Men 2023. As always, guys, I will have these linked in the description below. Feel free to check them out down there. And just a fair warning here, I am biased, but one of the fragrances I will be wearing this year, this spring, is Terra Nova, one of my own fragrances that I creatively directed. I can't put it into the official top 10. That is just ridiculous. Check it out. Any Perfumania, any fragrance outlet in the US, stop in, they'll have it, unless it's sold out. And also linked in the description below at Michael Malul's website, you can check out Terra Nova or Blue Ridge or Jet Black Enigma, my other fragrances. Usually code GENTSCENTS for 20% off if you do that. And some more shameless self-promotion, extra GENTSCENTS. Check that channel out. It's what it says it is. It's just more videos of fragrances that I don't talk about really on this channel. And I do have a bottle of Terra Nova that I want to give away to one of you guys. Still sealed, obviously, so you can crack this open and peel the little sticker off the front plate yourself. So stay tuned. Later on, I'll go over the giveaway for this bottle of Terra Nova, and one of you out there can take it home. All right, guys, let's do it. I've got some honorable mentions, just two of them. I'm gonna bust through them real quick. First up, from Ralph Lauren, POLO Cologne Intense. So this one has basil, mint, grapefruit, and ambroxan as some of the notes in the fragrance. It's a green fragrance. It's a modern green fragrance. It's easy to wear. It's nothing hyper complex or anything like that. Just gives me a little bit of that feeling of being outdoors in a very versatile, easy to wear fragrance. You know, you can pull this one off in the office, casually, wherever. Works really well. And I'm a fan of the Polo green fragrances in general. I will tell you that that is not really close at all to the original Polo green. So if you're a big fan of that one and you're thinking this is gonna be pretty similar, it's not. But I guess by that same token, if you don't like the original Polo green because you think it's too old school, you can check that one out. Second and last honorable mention for this video is from VARVATOS, and it is Artisan Blue. Love the presentation on this. I think it looks beautiful. Blue coloration of the bottle, this kind of basket weave with the little token on there. Looks nice. And another good thing about this one is, since it's a John VARVATOS from discounters online, you can get it for very cheap. And obviously that goes for almost every VARVATOS fragrance that's currently available. You can usually get them steeply marked off online. Bergamot, pine, lavender, geranium, and once again, basil. Some of the notes in this fragrance. I know it's kind of strange, basil, not really a note that you might think of as being a note to look for in fragrances. And then the first two that I'm talking about both have basil. So yeah, even though this one has a blue bottle, it's got blue in the name, it does have a little bit of a green feel to it, along with that aquatic freshness. Kind of herbaceous, aromatic, and woody as it dries down. This one has a little bit of a similarity to Mandarino di Amalfi from Tom Ford, only much cheaper. All right, official top 10 now. Number 10 is from Lolita LEMPICKA, and it is Green Lover. Not the last green bottle that you're gonna see in this list, not the last green fragrance that you're gonna see in this list. When spring happens and everything blooms and it starts to heat up and the leaves come back on the trees and everything springs back into life, I really do enjoy a green fragrance. You know, I like them. I like them a lot. Now, the fragrances that I'm going to feature that do have kind of a green facet are not like full on, just full bore green scents. And this one definitely is not a full on green scent, which might be surprising if you've never smelled it or never heard of it. Green Lover being the name, the bottle being green, you're gonna expect, oh, just what, like herbs, leaves, and trees. But that is not this. It has gin, it has mint, mandarin orange, and vanilla. It actually comes across smelling like a very creamy orange, a creamy sweet orange scent with a little green freshness in there. Maybe a little bit of a creamsicle vibe, you might say. I think this stuff smells fantastic. It's very much under the radar for your average person. They're not gonna know about Green Lover, Lolita, LEMPICKA, anything like that. And at discounters, very affordable. So this one I think is a real hidden gem. Number 9 is from Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy Cobalt. Yeah, Bad Boy Cobalt. Kind of a surprise really. When this first came out, I thought it was okay, I liked it. Maybe wasn't completely enthralled by it, but I liked it. It's sweet, in kind of that slightly Invictus-y way. Actually, this smells a bit similar to Invictus Platinum. It has plum, pink pepper, vetiver, and truffle as some of the notes. And yeah, you look at that note breakdown and it doesn't really sound like very much of a spring fragrance, does it? It has kind of a fresh, bubblegummy, sweet scent profile. And I can tell you in the air, this stuff actually smells great. And that's really why I want to wear it. Back a little bit ago, I started to go through some of the fragrances that came out over the past couple years that I didn't get to wear all that much. I would spray them and kind of sit them on the table with the tester strip right there and keep checking them out. And that one is one that I sprayed on the tester strip and I kept catching whiffs of it. And I was like, man, what is that? It's Bad Boy Cobalt. So yeah, I'm absolutely gonna be busting this out this spring. Stuff smells great in the air. Number 8, this is a great cheap fragrance, another one of the green ones, and out of everything I'm gonna talk about, possibly the most green. AZZARO Pour Homme Cologne Intense. Now this came out without much fanfare at all, and it took a while for it to finally hit discounters, and now it's there, under 30 bucks. It has lime, lavender, and mastic as the official notes. This is one of those AZZARO fragrances where they just give you one note in the top, one note in the mid, one note in the base, and then tell you to blow, essentially. So thanks for that, AZZARO. Love it. It has a nice citrus open. Once again, clean, fresh, a little bit sweet, not anywhere near as sweet as the last two that we talked about though. This is one of those fragrances that I think you can pull off in almost any situation. It's not too dressed up or formal or anything like that, but it would work in business situations, to the office, even more formal situations, especially if you're outdoors. It is simple, but it gets the job done and it doesn't cost much. So that's one of those fragrances that I can just grab, spray on heavily, and go and know that I'm smelling great. Number 7 is a new release. It's YSL Y Eau de Parfum Intense. Ginger, vetiver, sage, and bergamot, some of the notes in the fragrance. I got this in obviously not that long ago. I've not been able to wear this fragrance very much, so I'm looking forward to putting it through its paces, and that's why it's in this list. The opening to this, I love. I really dig the open. It's not something that's never been done before, because I mean, ultimately, when you boil it down to its simplest facets, you're looking at something that has ginger plus citrus. I love the opening of Y Eau de Parfum Intense. The dry down is not as good as the open, at least the wearings that I've given it so far. I think it still smells good, really wearable. So Y Eau de Parfum, I'm looking forward to wearing because I want to see if it grows on me and I like it even more, or if it doesn't really grow on me and then I just fall back into wearing Y Eau de Parfum. But for now, really intrigued by it, and as I said, love the opening. Number 6, this one is a fragrance that has grown on me. Now it's another one like Bad Boy Cobalt that I did not dislike when it came out, but I wasn't in love with it. I thought it was good, versatile, but not anything that really wowed me. This is one that has, once again, very, very high versatility. Has a good complement factor to it. It's not anything hyper new, but it is something that I've gotten good reactions from, and I want to give it some more wear this spring. Burberry Hero Eau de Toilette. Juniper, bergamot, pepper, and a lot of cedar, essentially, is your note breakdown here. If memory serves, 3 different types of cedar in the base of Burberry Hero. Now, when you see that, when you read that, you probably expect, oh, it's gonna be a wood bomb, just an overload of cedar, but it's really not. Nowhere near as much as you might expect anyway, if you've never smelled it. It does have a woody base to it, a woody backbone. It's prominent there in the opening, into the mid, and the dry down, but it's not overdone to the point that it, tickles your nose or anything. Sometimes with woody notes, if they're overdone, it can really turn people off from the fragrance, but here they've essentially smoothed that cedar out. It's just a great scent for casual use, or once again, use in the office. Nobody's gonna be offended by it. Just a really easy reach that people seem to love. Okay, we're in the top 5. This is the nitty gritty. These are the ones that I am really gonna be rocking with. Okay, number 5, Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. I don't have the current bottling, the current iteration of Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum, so here's a picture. It's the same fragrance, essentially. This is my old bottle, Guerlain Homme Intense, which they switched it from this bottle to a different bottle and then another bottle. But back to this, Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. This stuff is great. Yes, it's been out for years and years, but it still smells so good during the spring. Lime, mint, rum, vetiver, and cedar, some of the notes in the fragrance. It's got this great bite in the opening. That citrus, the lime, gives you a different kind of feeling. People will compare it to the smell of a mojito. And then as it dries down, that vetiver and cedar gives it a great masculine woody base. This stuff is killer. I love it. Number 4, a fragrance from Lacoste. You would probably think of it as more of a summertime scent, but as it starts to heat up in the spring, absolutely, I will reach for this. L1212 Blanc Eau Fraiche. This has one of my favorite openings of almost any designer. It's grapefruit, lemon, and ginger. Like I said before, ginger plus citrus, hard to screw up. But you also have apple in there, kind of underneath it. It's not as prominent as the citrus, but it gives it a nice little nuance, a little difference. As it dries down, yeah, it's safe. It's got ambroxan, that's one of the main things you're gonna pick up. But the opening to that, I just love so much. It puts me in a good mood, puts me in the right frame of mind, and with it being as easy to use as it is, it's just one of those fragrances that will get a lot of use. L1212 Blanc Eau Fraiche, absolutely gonna wear that in spring as it heads into summer a lot. And it's one of my wife's favorites. All right, giveaway time. In order to be entered into the giveaway, you have to like this video, be subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment below. In the comment, just let me know what you're looking forward to wearing this spring. Just let me know whatever it is. Doesn't have to be multiple fragrances, can just be one, designer niche, I don't care. Just let me know. In about 10 days with Random Comment Picker, I will pick a winner. I'll post it up on the community tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, just send me your information and reply to that post, and I will ship this out to you, and we'll do it worldwide. I will eat the cost wherever it goes. And also, always gotta say this, but look out for scammers. There will be people that comment on this video that pretend to be me, that will tell you to send them money on Telegram and stuff like that. That's not me, I won't do that. So just be aware, keep yourself safe. Good luck. Top 3, number 3, Gentleman Society. I like this right from the get-go. As soon as I sprayed it on, smelled it the first time, I've been able to wear it a little bit more since then. I like it more. To me, it smells like there is a little bit of iris there in the opening. It goes away pretty fast. It's fleeting, but it feels like there's a touch of that. There's cardamom, a decent amount. There's vanilla, there's vetiver. There's a little bit of narcissus in there as well, which basically is always supporting the fragrance. It's not really loudly in your face, but it's there, it's around the edges, you can pick it up. It adds an interesting nuance to the fragrance. I think the stuff is killer. I don't know how excited I am that they're possibly going away from iris, but I mean, to be fair, fragrance lines, fragrance brands need to grow and do different things as time goes on. There's only so many times you can reinvent one particular DNA in a line before eventually you have to step back and go, maybe we should try something different. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Number 2, another fragrance that's not exactly a spring scent, spring and fall. I think some people would say more of a fall scent than spring, but I'm gonna wear it. 1 Million Lucky from PACO Rabanne. One of my favorite 1 Million fragrances. My absolute favorite was 1 Million Privé, but that one got killed off. So 1 Million Lucky now is one of my favorites. It's another fragrance with plum. So we got 2 fragrances here with plum in them for spring, which doesn't seem like that would match or work, but it does. You also have hazelnut in here. You have honey, amberwood, kind of an ozonic feel as well. And I've spoken about this before, but 1 Million Lucky works so well because it's like this meeting of fragrance styles. Fresh and airy, and then deep and sweet put together. Love the scent. Think it's a great performer, a great compliment puller. and I am paranoid that PACO Rabanne is gonna kill it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some wear in right now. Last but not least, from Dior, Dior Homme Sport. Citrus, elemi, woods, and pink pepper, some of the notes in the fragrance. And really, in a lot of ways, Dior Homme Sport is doing the same thing that Burberry Hero is doing, only I think Dior Homme Sport does it better. It's a fragrance that has this modern woodiness there from the opening into the dry down, but it's also fresh and has a fresh spiciness to it as well. Dior Homme Sport does smell a bit like Dior Homme 2020 if you took that fragrance and essentially reworked it to be used in higher heat situations potentially, or even in the gym. But Dior Homme Sport is not really just a sport fragrance. This stuff, like Dior Homme 2020, will work just about anywhere. You can wear Dior Homme Sport to the office, you can wear this to business meetings, you could wear this on a date, you can wear it casually. This stuff just works. So Dior Homme Sport, that's gonna be my #1 for this year. So there we go, got a nice mix here, some woody fragrances, some green fragrances, some sweet ones, just a lot of different things. And these 12 are the ones that jumped out and grabbed my attention first, with obviously the 2 honorable mentions being the first 2 out. I wanted to talk about those 2 because they really caught my eye as well. There we go. Top 10 Spring 2023 designers. I'll do niche before too long. And yeah, I know some people will say Guerlain is niche, Guerlain is niche. Guerlain Homme, that's more designer. You know it.